I am here with Bobby Lehew, all the way from Oklahoma City. Is that in Oklahoma, by the way?
It is actually. That's
All
very
right.
astute.
Yeah, geography was not my thing, nor was math, but that's why I'm in the promotional products
All right,
business.
I understand.
All right, so Bobby is just a great guy. I've seen his education sessions. He's got like 100 kids or something. How many kids you got?
Five kids.
Oh, five. Okay, yeah,
Right,
okay, just
right.
short of
It
100. But
does
he's
feel like 100. So.
yeah, exactly. He's a great guy. He's all the way out there in Oklahoma City now. He's going to be coming out here and doing education for SAAC, which is going to be great. And Bobby, now you tell me you've never been to Long Beach?
Correct. I've never been to the SAAC Show, and I understand. For one thing, I've heard that the SAAC Show is a no-tie zone, so I've got to like lose this, right?
Absolutely, dump
Okay.
it, dump it.
So
It's going to be
I
it's
get
a no tie
California.
zone.
All right, so I got to get my Californian on. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. And eventually you'll be throwing off that jacket and everything else. So the thing is, there's a buzz about the SAAC Show because we have great presenters like you and Mark Graham and Dale Denham and a bunch of other people coming out. And so there's a buzz around the country about the SAAC Show. And we suggested that you people that are in these hot, horrible, muggy places to come out to Long Beach in August. And you are going to have a blast at the SAAC Show. We're going to have the In-N-Out Burger Truck, which is just a Western area tradition. And it's not going to be, your old-time SAAC Show there. It's more of an event.
I'm getting the impression about the SAAC Show, almost this hippie-like vibe. Oh, but I'm impressed at the. It's almost countercultural. The committees that I've heard of and the folks as I hear them talk about it, it seems like there's a definite buzz that you would definitely depict as Californian for sure. So I'm looking forward to this show.
Right, it's going to be awesome, and so even if you look at it as like, come out and see the strange people in California, that's one way, but it will be good for your business. Now, oh my goodness gracious! Now, Bobby, tell us about your education session. I mean, that's going to be hot. You're good.
We've got two sessions. Mark and I are doing one for the first time together. We've kicked this around a lot, he and I. It's a discussion that we have often, and that is the future growth of our industry and almost the future business models. How should we be positioning our businesses for the future? What does the future look like for the next several 10 years? The past 10 years have brought on a lot of change in our industry, obviously due to the internet, but also I have noticed in my conversations and Mark and his conversations with many distributors around the country, we're being asked more and more about different types of services to provide. So it's not merely just about the product. And that's just one example of what we'll be talking about in this keynote is how to position your business for future growth. But also we're going to be looking at 3 models of growth that are in the industry and that are thriving. What I'm impressed by, and you've seen the recent numbers that ASI has put out about last year's performance and how we're now a $19 billion industry and we've climbed back from this crash and recession. The industry is looking different as we rebuild. And so we're going to look at these successful models and also provide some tips on how you should position your business for the future.
Wow, it's gonna be really awesome. And again, this is education that's not been done before, so it's fresh and yet another reason why you want to come to California. And since you mentioned Mark Graham, okay, I purposely did this, okay. I have the Mark Graham glasses. I think we all aspire to be like our Canadian friend, right?
Oh, I wouldn't call it an aspiration. I'd call it more a disease, actually, like infection. So I think it's more of what it is, an infection. It's like a blight on my face. But yeah, Mark's a great guy. We give each other a hard time all the time. I told him I was going to brand him live on stage. Bring my branding iron. He can be
that big B. That's a brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant
he'd be our first live spec sample. On the next day, I have an education session. Mark does too. Mine is going to be about time and productivity, and it's called Seize the Day. And it's actually the most enjoyable session I've ever done because it's something that I need so badly. And our industry, Jeff, you can probably appreciate this, that I'm surprised that we don't obsess about time management and organization. Because when you look at how complex our business is, the thousands of products, the dozens and dozens of clients, the hundreds of projects that anyone manages, it's amazing to me that most of us tend to manage that up here. And this isn't equipped to remember what going from one room to the next. If you're going from your bedroom to the kitchen, you can't remember what you were there for. And we're supposed to somehow manage thousands of products and dozens of clients and hundreds of projects. So the Seize the Day session I've done this a few times, very few. I did it once, and I did it for a couple of college groups, and I've been blown away at the response. And what we'll be talking about primarily is how to manage your life. Most of us are dealing with the digital age using industrial age thinking. And so what I'm providing are tools that you can use in your business that kind of help calm things down a little bit. It's also we are consumed by the urgent versus important. And with it being a deadline-driven industry, we're just consumed by urgent. So how do you manage that on a day-to-day basis? And that's actually a fun conversation to have. Sometimes it's not an easy conversation to have, but it's a fun one. And I promise this, people will walk away with, if not half a dozen, at least a dozen tools to make their life a little easier.
Well, Bobby, now I am going to be in that session because all these things you talk about, like, this is not a great industry for an ADD guy like me. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, I am like all over the map.
I know. And me too. I think most of us in the industry, I think we're either creative types or sales types, and it's really just not in our DNA. And that's why actually it's hard work. I think it's hard work for us. But there are a lot easier tools. The cool thing about now is there's tons of tools, the Evernote tools, the OmniFocus tools, the types of tools that can make your life easier. So that's what's cool about it.
Wow, it's going to be great. Well, I always enjoy chatting with you, and I'm going to look forward to seeing you in like shorts and Hawaiian shirt out there in Long Beach, enjoying the In-N-Out burger vibe and what we have going on here in Long Beach. You'll see that we're really nice people actually out here.
Oh, if they're all like you, Jeff, they've got to be a little crazy. But very nice.
Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks for taking a few minutes to share with us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jeff.